my dear, and welcome back to Bhansu Classes. I hope you're doing great and having an amazing learning. In this session, we are going to do some practice questions of whatever we did in this chapter. What all we did? Remember, we have learned how to find perimeter of any shape. We have also learned how to find area of any shape, being it polygons, that is closed shapes made up of line segments, or irregular shapes, both. And at last, we have learned about tiling. Also, do remember the units that are used in case of perimeter and area. So one by one, I'm going to show you some questions. You have to pause the video, try out those questions by your own, and then check your answers with mine. So let's get started. Here is the very first question. And what we need to do here, we have to find the area of each stamp. You already know it how to find area of any shape, right? So there are two steps to do that. First, divide the shape into small square boxes. And what is going to be the side of those small square boxes? That would be of 1 unit. Maybe 1 centimeter, 1 meter, 1 millimeter, 1 kilometer, anything. It must be 1 unit. Okay, and what is the second step? Just count the number of square boxes. Great. Okay, at last, what is the unit that you're going to use when you're going to write the area? That would be square units. Awesome. Now let's start one by one and find out the area of each stamp. The first stamp is over here. So tell me, how many square boxes is this stamp occupying? Did you say 18? Then absolutely right. Because it is occupying 18 square boxes, therefore its area is 18 square units. Now, why am I writing units over here and not centimeter or meter or kilometer or millimeter? All because we don't know its side. It's not given. So that's the reason it's better to write it as square units. Okay, moving on to the stamp number B. Yes, what is its area? How many square boxes is this shape occupying? So it is occupying 8 square boxes. So that is the reason its area is 8 square units. And the third one, how about this one? How many square boxes is this occupying? So it is occupying 6 small square boxes of side, 1 unit. So therefore, its area is 6 square units. Amazing. Now the rest of the tree, you try to figure out by pausing the video. Come on. Let's observe the shape number D. Because it is occupying 12 square boxes, so therefore its area is 12 square units. Every time I have to write square units, I'll tell you a shortcut to write it. It is occupying 4 small square boxes of size 1 centimeter. So therefore its area is 4. For square, you just write SQ dot, that represents square, and write units later. And similarly, for the last one, it is 12 square units again. Amazing. So in this question, we have found out the area of polygons, that is closed shapes made up of line segments. Now let's move on and find the area of these irregular shapes which are closed but are not made up of line segments. So let's get started with this question. What do we need to do over here? How to count the number of square boxes? So if the shape is occupying 1 complete square box, count it as 1. And if it is occupying more than half of the box, again count it as 1. If it is occupying exactly half, then you have to count it as half only. But what if it is occupying less than half of the square box? Then consider it as 0. So these are the 4 rules that you have to remember in such cases. So let's start with the very first shape. In this first shape, I can see 2 full square boxes. Now you tell me how many square boxes are there which is occupying half of this shape. There is nothing. Do you see? This is not half, this is less than half, this is also less than half. So therefore, we're going to consider them as 0. Okay. How about these 2 parts? How much of the square box are these 2 parts occupying? Did you say more than half? Okay, let's check. Yes, because it is occupying more than half of the square box, we are going to take them as 1 boxes only. So this is 1, this is another one. So there are 2. So we have completed this entire shape. Okay, so therefore the total area is 4 square units. Starting with full square boxes. So here how many full square boxes are there? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this shape is occupying 4 full square boxes. Now you tell me how many boxes are there which is occupying exactly half of this shape. Actually there are none, right? Because if you see, this is more than half means 1 complete. This is also more than half means 1 complete. Right, this is also more than half means 1 complete. This is also more than half, so we're going to take it as 1 complete. So there are 4 more. Okay, now let's talk about the ones which are occupying less than half. So those are these parts. And what do we need to do with them? Do we need to count them? No, right? We are going to consider them as zeros. So therefore, the total area is 8 square units. Great. Now moving on to the last question of the day. So here we need to find out the perimeter and area both of these given shapes. So tell me, for this part, what is the area, what is the perimeter? Then we're going to jump to the second one, and then at last we're going to talk about the third one. So tell me, what is the perimeter and what is the area of these 3 shapes? Let's start by finding perimeter. So the perimeter means the total length of boundary. Let's pick any one point over here and start traveling. So if we travel, we go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because its total length is 12 units, that's the reason its perimeter is 12 units. Now moving on to the second one, same thing we have to do over here as well. Again, we have to find the total length of boundary. So pick any one point and start traveling. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So therefore, the perimeter is 12 units because the boundary is 12 units. Now the last one, that is the third one. So what is its perimeter? Yes? Alright, now let's start with any one point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, again here as well the perimeter is 12 units. Amazing. Now let's move on and find area of these shapes. Starting with the first one. What is area? The space inside the shape, right? So tell me, how much space is the first one occupying? That is, what is its area? Simple, no? Count the number of square boxes. It is occupying 5 small square boxes of side 1 unit. So therefore, its area is 5 square units. Moving on to the second one. What is its area? Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this way as well, it's 5 square units. Okay. And last but not the least, for the third one, what is it? Did you say 5 square units again? Then you're absolutely correct. Yes, it's 5 square units again. Did you observe that despite having the same area, the shapes are different? Even despite having same perimeter, the shapes are different. Now similarly, you also try out finding area and perimeter of a few objects around you. I'm going to see you in the next session with more interesting topics and chapters. Till then, see you. Bye-bye. Take care.